Good morning and welcome back to Alton Towers. Me and Alton Towers fell out a little bit last year. The start of the year was absolutely phenomenal opening day, and towards the end of the year in Scarefest, everything got quite poor, from food to operations to how they looked after it. Really weren't a fan. So I did say that I would come back, and here we are to check out everything that's going on in the park, check out the food, see what Toxicator's like, just to see if they can win me back round. So far though, I have to admit, it's not looking good for Towers, and I don't want to start off the day being negative straight away. However, we rely on the Wrap Pass to get around, and Wrap Pass itself has been it's been a shit show basically since when it was introduced, and it's no different today. So we've come into the park, we've paid for express parking to make sure we can be as quick as possible in here. We don't have to queue for the monorail or all like that could affect him. And as you come into the park, the queue for guest services, it's taken us, 40 minutes to just get the access pass. And that's ridiculous for a pass that's designed for people with mobility and sensory issues to make sure they can comfortably queue and wait it out in a certain different area. To have them queuing for 40 minutes is absolutely ridiculous, and it's a poor start for those people, especially those with sensory issues. When they get really worked up at the start of the day, sometimes they can't get rid of that sort of stress that they've worked up, and it can affect the rest of the day, if not a few days ahead of it. So that is something that really needs to be worked out. But anyway, I am hopeful that the rest of the day will go well. It's a beautiful sunny day down here at Alton Towers. It looks like it's going to be a busy day, so let's see how we get on. You see, if you can't tell by the voice anyway, I'm quite ill today. Not contagious anymore, but I'm just coming down from a major infection. But it would have been nice to see this bad boy back. The Sky Ride. Lots of testing's now been done on it, and I do believe that it actually is coming back in just a couple of weeks' time on the 30th of April. But that would have been a godsend today. So here we finally are outside Toxicator, the brand new Huss top spin, which was opened just a month ago on opening day here at Alton Towers. And I've been very critical of this ride looking from the outside, and there's still things I can pick apart with it when I'm here today, but being underneath this as it's spinning round, I love the immersive audio that they've got in the area. Even smoking and vaping and the warnings about it are built into the story of the area, and it works really well. That audio is superb for this area down here. Theming wise, it's nowhere near as good as people are making out. They've done a fantastic job with it, given that it's mainly vinyl and painting on the wall. It's very much like Compound. For Alton Towers, it's a step in the right direction. It's certainly not on the same level as the likes of Talakan or theming at other parks, but for Alton Towers it works really well, and I don't think it's until you get here and you're underneath it all that you see just how well it works. Not mind-blowing by any way, shape or form, but definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But that is one thing that I have no idea how it can happen already. That bloody squeak that it's got going around is ridiculous. It's a month old. I mean, they shouldn't be making Wasparium or whatever it is. They should be getting some WD-40 in there. You see, for me, I think there's some little touches they could have done to just really polish it and finish it off. Now, the colour scheme itself, I do like how the colour scheme looks on the ride, but there's no doubt it doesn't fit with the reds and blacks of Forbidden Valley. Now, what I would have done is potentially all of these vines that are on Bunker 94 and across the rest of the park, why not just have them creeping across the ground and wrapping themselves around parts of Toxicator as well, and that way it sort of blends one area into this part as well. And it's quite simple and cheap theming, I would have thought, just having those vines wrapping up around it. And I mean, ultimately, the blue sky, you would have thought, get some of the vines wrapped around the middle, like where the old Ripsaw blade used to be. That would have looked pretty incredible. But there we go again. It's quite a short ride, but with how high up it is, God, that goddamn squeak. First ride of the day on Nemesis. So Henry obviously is ADHD. He's gone on to the ride and they've put the lap bar down on him, but the ride up didn't put the lap bar all the way down. They didn't sort of squish it till it was tight against him. They put it down until it was close to him, so there was a bit of give in between the lap bar or the overheads and Henry's waist. Now, they had the seatbelt on there too, and I'm 100% sure the ride-ups know what they're doing. It's completely safe, there's no risks. I'm in no way trying to say that there is any risks at all, but from the child's perspective, he felt it was unsafe, and all of the way around was utterly convinced that he was going to come out of that ride. So completely terrifying and awful experience for him. And while we understand that people complain about the poor operations at Alton Towers, trying to speed them up by rushing guests through at the expense of the guest experience, well, that's just not on. One of my biggest bugbears with Alton Towers has been the food. The food whenever I've been has been absolutely terrible, and I've made it well known that I think it's terrible, but I'm always willing to give people a second chance, or on this occasion a 15th chance. So we're looking for these dirty fries that everyone's raving about, just to see if they've actually turned things around a little and managed to get at least some of the food here half decent. Right, so it actually took a hell of a long time to get these. We eventually found them on Tower Street. It was going to be 2 minutes for the fries to cook, and then it was going to be 5 minutes for the sausage to cook. It turned out to be about 15 minutes, but it looks worth it. Now, one of my complaints is usually the food is generally cold, underwhelming and not worth the money. Now these already, I can feel it burning my fingers off, so they are ridiculously hot. The portion size of them is ridiculously incredible. It's, you know, I'm struggling to carry it, it's that big, and the presentation wise it looks fantastic, but the proof really is going to be in the pudding, whether it tastes any good. Well, I'll tell you what, you can colour me surprised, because they were absolutely fantastic. Bird's trying to kill me. I honestly don't sing the praises of Alton Towers foods just for the fun of it. Watch back through any of my vlogs, I berate it because it is crap. Everyone rates the generator refueling company's chicken or whatever it is. It's dry, it's flavourless, and that is the same with essentially all of the food here on Park. The best things you could usually get are down in X sector with the food trucks. At least they're hot when they come out, even though they're still quite cardboardy. But this place here, just on Main Street, that is now serving these loaded fries, absolutely fantastic. It was hot, it was tasty, it was absolutely stacked. I mean, if you get a discount on it, you can get them for about £8, but that cost me £11 without the annual pass discount. And I'm a big guy, you've seen me, I can eat, but I got halfway through those and I was done. I handed it to Lucy, so these fries can easily feed 2 people. So you're looking at £6 each, what, £5.50 each essentially. Really impressed with that. It's not often I sing the praises, but yeah, that easily best food on Park. If you're going to get something to eat here, then go to, what is it, the Stacked Sensation. Those fries are fantastic. On the not so value side of things, £9.50 for 2 bottles of Sprite and a Capri Sun. What the? See, every visit we need at least one ride on the Smiler, or at least a little lad does, but it's still a pretty damn good coaster. I mean, I don't really ride them much anymore, obviously, given my size, but to look at it, the theming in the middle, that Marmalizer sort of theming piece, that looks fantastic, and the ride interaction as it's going around this mangled mess, it still looks good. It's just a shame that the ride experience, by all accounts, is pretty damn rough. Right, so come out of X sector. If you can see everywhere behind me It is a rather busy day today, and operations haven't been the worst. They haven't been the best, but certainly a lot improved on what they have been. I think the longest queue we've seen has been 70 minutes for the Smiler. Everything's averaged around the 50 minute to an hour. The only downtime I've seen was Subterra was closed for a short amount of time. I think maybe 13 was closed first thing this morning, but other than that everything's stayed open pretty much. So we're just going to head on down to Wickerman for the final ride of the day, and then we'll wrap it up. While I can see it across the field though, Spinball Whizzer 100% needs to be rethemed or removed. It's just a nothing coaster, as good as it is. It's kind of just stuck there. It don't fit into CBeebies, it don't fit into X Sector. There's just nothing to it. Well, that's us done for that's us done for our day here at Alton Towers, and well, what do I think? Well, that's us done for his day here at Alton Towers. I did say at the start of the video that me and Alton Towers weren't particularly on the best terms after the end of last year. Personal issues I had with the experiences I had at the park, operational issues, food issues. There were lots going on, and I weren't in the... So I didn't really rate them much. But today decided to come on down. We were in the area doing Drayton, doing Warwick, and despite being ridiculously ill, decided to still come along anyway. And what did I think? Well, I do think there has been some improvements to the park. The food, whereas more... Right, so that is it done. Right, so that's us done for our day at Alton Towers. I did mention at the start of the vlog that me and Towers weren't on the best of terms at the end of last year. I didn't rate the park at all. I was in quite a moody place with them, considering the personal experiences I had towards the end of the year and the issues the park themselves were having. But we've come along today. I'm always one for giving people second chances or third or fourth chances, and the family, they're not as grumpy about all of the situations as I get, so they're still happy enough to come. So we've come down. Has it been a good day? Yes, I do think it's been a good day. I can't say it's been a fantastic day. I can't say it's been an awful day, but it has been good. Operations have improved ever so slightly. And as man, please. Right. Oh, fuck. Just put me right off the little idiot. Right, so that is us done for our day at Alton Towers. I did mention at the start of the vlog that me and Alton Towers weren't in the best of places when it comes to guest and park relationship at the end of last year. My personal experiences at this park, as well as the park's issues, kind of compounded, and I didn't really rate the place at all. Had problems with the food, with the operations, and just with what they were doing with the park in general. I did cancel the annual pass because I wasn't planning to come back that often after the issues I had, but we did pay to come back today. Has there been an improvement? In certain areas, yes, I think they have. They're certainly trying to improve operations, but if you've seen my Instagram story, if you are focusing on speeding up your operations at the detriment of guest comfort, that is not great. So they were kind of rushing people onto the ride, sort of shouting at them, you know, get your seatbelts on quick, people were grabbing the bags out before people had the chance to throw them in, and it was all kinds of a mess, and it felt very rushed. And because of that rush, the ride up sort of went down and just threw down the restraints, and Henry's restraints didn't come all the way down. They still came down fair enough, and let's set the record straight right here, right now. I am not trying to say in any way that the park was unsafe. The system wouldn't have allowed the ride to go if it sensed that the restraint wasn't properly closed. It was. It just wasn't down far enough for the guest comfort, and my son, being ADHD and on the spectrum, was terrified all the way around that ride. It resulted in a couple of hours where he just wouldn't go near any other rides, and therefore we've only been on 3 rides today. So definitely, yes, improve your operations, but don't do it at the expense of guest comfort and potentially guest safety, because you never know what's going to happen if you're rushing through things. In terms of food, the rest of the park, I hate the food. I have made it well known that I hate the food, but these loaded fries up on Tower Street, absolutely banging. Honestly, they are on par with some of the best food we've had at theme parks around the UK. We got the Big Mac stack and it was absolutely loaded. You've seen me, I'm a big guy, and I didn't manage to finish them all. I had to give it to Luci to finish off. It was only 11 quid. Now that's without any form of discount, so it was well worth the money. So food, if they can make that improvement across the rest of the park, that's a massive step in the right direction. Ride availability wasn't bad at all. I think I've only seen one of the coasters down for a really short amount of time, and then Subterra went down for a really short amount of time. Otherwise, everything was up and running pretty much all day long, which is what we like to see. I think for me, the main issue I have with this park at the minute is just the lack of atmosphere. Just announced that they are getting some brand new entertainment in from the outside, but at this moment in time, there's just Alton Bear walking around. And going into Forbidden Valley at this moment in time, Toxicator had really good immersive audio, but in terms of theming, it was well done for what it is, but it's by no means great theming. Nemesis, again, fantastic theming, but the audio's been turned way down, and with none of the actors in that area, it kind of sucked a lot of the atmosphere out. And in the past, I've said I could easily come here and just jump straight down to Forbidden Valley and spend the day just hanging around it because of the atmosphere there. And when that's been taken away from it, you've kind of got nothing. There's none of the actors on the outside of Wicker Man. It just felt a little bit dead and a little bit flat without the entertainment team around, so that's a little bit of a disappointment. But hopefully this brand new team that they're bringing in, yes, I feel sorry for the people that have lost their jobs, but hopefully the brand new team that they're bringing in will solve that issue and we'll be able to get some nice immersive entertainment in there again in the future. I can't say it's been bad, I can't say it's been good. I won't be rushing to come back, but I certainly wouldn't tell people not to bother coming. It's one of those, if you like towers, you like towers. If you want to see them do better, you want to see them do better. And that's all I can really say. But with that being said, if you have liked today's vlog, I know a lot of people won't because some people don't like that bad feedback. But if you did, smash the like button for me. If you'd like to see more vlogs from around the world of theme parks and attractions, then please, by all means, subscribe as well. And feel free to comment down below and let me know if you've been to towers this season and what you think about how they're doing. With that being said, I'm off to get a really cold drink for this sore throat and this infection, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.